Most vacation destinations are one-trick ponies, but Northern Michigan is hiding something that's making it one of the most undervalued luxury markets in the entire country. The appeal of this area goes way beyond lakefront living. I'm going to show you exactly why Northern Michigan has become a magnet for remote workers, retirees, and people looking to relocate in order to find a better quality of life. Hey everyone, I'm Gino D'Angelo, your real estate specialist in Northern Michigan for the last 20 years. Every year, I help dozens and dozens of families find their perfect spot in Northern Michigan. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what makes Northern Michigan a hidden gem beyond just the lakes that made us famous. Before we get into the key lifestyle appeal that makes this area so special, I need to give credit where credit is due. We can't talk about Northern Michigan without talking about the water. In fact, it's our water that has made Northern Michigan so popular. Northern Michigan's reputation is based on its over 3,200 miles of shoreline, featuring crystal clear lakes and pristine beaches. Iconic towns like Petoskey, Traverse City, Harbor Springs, Charlevoix, and Boyne City are known for their waterfront appeal and summer activities. Summer boating, swimming, and even fishing are just a couple of the reasons people from all over the world flock to Northern Michigan in the summertime. Also, our lakefront properties remain the most coveted properties in the entire Midwest, even though those houses come with a very expensive price tag. But if you think Northern Michigan is just about summer lake activities, then you're missing 75% about what makes Northern Michigan so special. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Beyond the beaches, Northern Michigan's downtowns have become a destination themselves. The historic charm in areas like Petoskey rival New England. Petoskey's Gaslight District features Victorian-era housing, great boutique shopping, and some of the best restaurants you'll find anywhere. Downtown Boyne City has undergone a major revitalization with a thriving downtown and waterfront parks. And who could forget the Earl Young-inspired mushroom houses in downtown Charlevoix? These are just a couple of the things that make Northern Michigan so special, not to mention all of the things there are to do here outside of just enjoying the water. We've got farmers markets, art fairs, and tons of events year-round, so you will never be bored while living in Northern Michigan. And while these downtowns provide both culture and connection, Northern Michigan's playground extends way beyond the streets and shorelines. A lot of people think you can only enjoy Northern Michigan when the weather is nice, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Northern Michigan offers 4 distinct seasons of adventure. And honestly, some of the best activities in Northern Michigan take place when it's cold outside. But before we get into that, if this is your type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you never miss one of my videos. Help the channel continue to grow by becoming part of this awesome community. Every week, I publish a video about the hidden gems in Northern Michigan, real estate updates, and much more. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Winter sports include downhill skiing at one of the local area ski resorts, everywhere from Crystal Mountain to Boyne Highlands and everything in between. There are numerous ski resorts in Northern Michigan, and while they're not quite the mountains you might be used to out west, they are still an incredibly fun way to spend the winters. And if you want a more horizontal experience, check out the North Country Trail. This is a 4,600 mile trail through the woods that you can hike all year round. And if snowmobiling is your thing, make sure you check out Gaylord. In fact, many people say that Gaylord is the belt buckle of the snow belt because they get so much snow. If you mix that with hundreds of miles of groomed trails, Gaylord is the snowmobile mecca. Something else to consider when the weather gets a little bit cooler are the fall colors. I love to drive through the tunnel of trees in many other areas in Northern Michigan to experience the vibrant red, orange, and yellow leaves change during the fall season. There are also plenty of pumpkin patches and apple ciders along the way. Something else that a lot of people don't know about Northern Michigan is our up-and-coming culinary and wine scene. It seems like over the last 5 to 10 years, there have been countless new wineries that open up. They all offer something a little bit different, so you're gonna wanna make sure you check out as many of them as possible. So often, when talking about Northern Michigan, people rave about the dining scene. Everywhere from Traverse City up the Leelanau Peninsula, even over to Petoskey or Indian River, there are so many restaurants that locals will say rival some of the best restaurants in the world. Before we go too far, drop a comment below. What is your favorite Northern Michigan restaurant? And being a local, I'm often asked, what are my favorite restaurants in Northern Michigan? Now, I'll tell you, there are a lot of them. One of my very favorite is the Walden Lake Inn. It's a very upscale restaurant that you typically only go to for special occasions. That also allows it to remain special because it's not like you go there all the time. They've got great steak, great whitefish, and many other options on their menu. Speaking of food, Traverse City has even been coined the most exciting foodie town. They have so many diverse offerings with great restaurants sprinkled all over the city and even into the country. If you're looking for a great dining experience in Traverse City, I would recommend the Boathouse. It's located at the tip of the Old Mission Peninsula, right on the water, and is one of my favorite restaurants to go to. If you're in Traverse City and you're looking for a great lunch spot, make sure you check out Poppycock's. They have a great feta watermelon salad that I look forward to every summer. Also, if craft cocktails are your thing, you're gonna wanna check out Gypsy Distillery. They have locations in both downtown Petoskey and Traverse City, as well as the Gypsy Farm venue, which used to be the old Bay Harbor Equestrian Club. They do tons of events there, weddings, and it's just a great spot to get together with a big crowd. Now, while everyone is focused on waterfront living, a quiet revolution is taking place in Northern Michigan real estate. Let me show you where the smart money is actually moving. Before we talk about the real estate options here, if you're looking for the best resource on everything happening in Northern Michigan, then you're gonna wanna subscribe to my newsletter. You can do that by clicking the link in the description. It's the best on news, events, and even hidden gems in Northern Michigan. And it's sent directly to your inbox for free every week. So make sure you check it out by subscribing using the link in the comments. Private golf communities like True North offer timber frame construction homes in a very private setting. One thing that I think is really cool about True North is you can't get a tee time on the golf course. It's show up as you are whenever you're ready, and it's only available to people that live on the course or own property in True North. A question I'm often asked is how can people afford these expensive homes in Northern Michigan with such a limited and seasonal job market? The simple answer to that is they're either usually retired, occupy one of the high-paying jobs in Northern Michigan, or as of late, are remote workers. Back in 2019, under 5% of the population of Northern Michigan work remotely. Fast forward until today, and that number's at a whopping 15%. That means there are 3 times as many people working remotely as just 5 or 6 years ago. When asked why so many remote workers are choosing to do so in Northern Michigan, the answer is simple. If you're able to live the resort vacation lifestyle year-round, who wouldn't decide to do that? You can go to the beach on your lunch break, play a quick round of golf after work, and get to live in a community that most people are only able to vacation in. And this has caused housing appreciation rates to increase dramatically. In fact, over the last 5 years, prices have appreciated in Petoskey around 100%. That means a house is worth twice as much today as it was just 5 years ago. And that is simply because there is so much demand for people wanting to relocate to this area. A lot of the locals complain about how expensive Petoskey has gotten, and I have to agree with them. However, if you look at Petoskey compared to other areas with a high quality of life, it is still affordable. And I constantly have clients from California, Texas, or Florida talk about how much more affordable Northern Michigan is than the places they just left. Now, Northern Michigan isn't a one-size-fits-all. I truly believe Northern Michigan truly offers something for everyone. If you want a little cabin in the woods or a mansion on the water and everything in between, we have something for you. Retirees prefer Northern Michigan because of the great healthcare and access to specialists just a few hours away if needed. Now, I know a few hours away is a long time, but hopefully you won't need them very often and it'll be a rare occurrence. Families that care about schools love Northern Michigan because just about all of our schools here are at least B+ rated or higher. Don't believe me? Check out niche.com and do a quick search. And of course, outdoor enthusiasts. It seems like every spring as the weather starts to warm up, the second it gets above 50 degrees, I see people riding their bikes or running on the side of the road. Northern Michigan is filled with outdoor enthusiasts, and I truly believe it's one of the most subtle draws for people relocating to this area. Now, as you can see, Northern Michigan is more than just summer living. Whether you're looking for lakefront living, ski resort living, or want to live in the woods, I can help you find your perfect slice of Northern Michigan. It's never a question of whether Northern Michigan is right for you or not. It's simply which part of Northern Michigan is right for you. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in Northern Michigan, I would love to be your resource of choice. I've been selling here for over 20 years and know all of these areas like the back of my hand. Feel free to drop me an email at gino@gino.d'angelo or call me directly at 231-487-6141 to get the process started. And if you want to dig deeper into different Northern Michigan areas, watch this next video where I rank Northern Michigan towns from worst to best. See you on the next one.